Most people spend their lives trying to leave prison behind. Today, I traveled to Western Pennsylvania to be locked inside one. This exploration is completely different and far more intense than anything I've ever attempted before.
It's crazy, all day and all night.
Standing in front of me is one of the most notorious abandoned prisons in the country. I had legal permission to be here and to spend 24 hours inside this massive complex. Once the gates closed, there was no leaving. What unfolded inside Crescent State Prison pushed far beyond anything I was prepared for. Let's explore.
So this is Ryan, and Ryan helped us get situated here. We are free to start driving around and basically check out whatever the heck we want. So let's do that without any further ado. Wow. There's so many buildings. Bro, where do we even start, dude? I don't know.
Let's just go in this one.
Yeah, let's go look.
We gotta get in.
Yeah, we have to go take a look, dude.
So
There's so many buildings, bro.
This is insane, bro. That's why I want to go around tonight and like map which one.
Check everything out, yeah. All right, guys. So we're finally setting up shop.
Ready.
We're gonna head in the cell block. We're staying in this cell block D. It's the nicest one out of all of them, and it's pouring out. We have all of our supplies. I'll show you in the back here. We got our food, we got our drinks, we got some firewood, we got our cooler back there. So we're gonna unload all this, go in here, get set up, and we've already started taking a look around, trying to figure out which buildings are worth filming and which ones are not. We're gonna move the cars, and then yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna really start filming in the morning because it's super gross out now and obviously super wet. But let's go in there and let's go get set up. This is the cell block we're staying in for the night. We actually got a generator from the guy Ryan who's been hooking us up here, and this is gonna power some of the stuff that we're gonna be charging and everything tonight. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? What you got? You got our cooler?
Yes.
That's got all the goodies in it. Let's freaking go. Look at this, dude. This is insane. Guys. Oh my goodness. I know you can't see anything, but we got steaks, we got burgers, we got everything, bro.
Ready to go.
Let's
Pack of
freaking go.
Gatorades.
Look at this. Got all our drinks. You think we're staying here for an entire weekend, guys. We're staying here for one night and one day. But we're gonna eat and drink all of this.
Oh, we're gonna go crazy. Who's cooked in a jail cell?
No one's cooked in a jail cell. The prisoners have cooked in the jail cell.
Cooked in a jail cell. Nothing like we're doing.
Nah. Steak and burgers, bro.
And potatoes.
And oh, I forgot about the potatoes. Welcome back, guys. Today we are doing something entirely different than usual. We are exploring an abandoned state prison, which has been abandoned for just over the last decade, and we are sleeping inside of this cell block tonight. We have everything from a generator to a cooler to every kind of clothing that we may need tonight. It is going to be freezing, and we have a choice of cells. So what me and TP are going to do is we are going to go through and start looking at some of these cells and figure out which one may be hospitable enough for us to sleep in tonight, because I'm assuming most of them are going to be pretty gross. So without further ado,
Let's explore.
let's explore. All right, so as we expected, all of the cells on this bottom floor are in pretty rough shape. They're really moldy and quite gross. So I think what we're going to do is probably head up to the second level to figure out where we're going to sleep. All right, guys, we came up to the top level to check out the cells up here, and I'm going to head into 38 because it's clean and hospitable and warm. There's like no dirt on this bunk at all, and there's even a little fridge here for me to put my drinks in. So I think this room is totally perfect.
Now let me give you a little room tour where I'm staying tonight. All right. Welcome to 37.
All right,
Here we go. Come on in. Come on in.
37 it is.
Basically the same layout. We got a little more rust on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
A little more rust on the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna run the hammock from the AC unit over here, like a little hook,
Mm-hmm.
to that hook over there.
I think that'll hold you. Imagine in the middle of the night you just come down.
You're gonna hear me. I'm just gonna be falling down from the hammock
Do you trust this?
as much as I can in an abandoned jail.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling ecstatic that we're in here. Let's get going.
What do I say?
Let's explore.
All right, guys, so we are all done setting up, and it's time to cook. We have a little fire over here that we procured, and we decided to make it as close to the entrance as we possibly can because it's smoking more than we realized, even though that seems obvious. And the other thing that seems obvious, which we didn't think about, is that cell blocks don't have opening windows. So we decided to move the homeless fire next to the entrance. So we're going to get to cooking here in a second and then go start looking around at everything. But the fire's going, and we have all of our food and everything that we would need. So let's get to cooking.
We eating good out here.
We're going to eat great. We're drying our sweatshirts, eating burgers,
Smoking in a prohibited zone.
hanging out with the homies.
You know.
You
great
know.
times, great vibes out here. But it's not gonna be like that for long. When we go out there, oh no. It is creepy as heck. Come show me. Come here.
Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We have to show them.
Oh, keep in mind, he also said that there's shadow figures that come around here. Just saying.
Ryan!
Here.
Thank you. Gosh dang. Go up on the building a little bit over here.
This is where we're staying.
This is crazy. You guys can't see anything, and that's kind of the point.
That's like insane.
We are isolated. Somewhat isolated.
We need to get somewhere where there's tunnels to get around the whole property.
Back to our food sitch, and our hot dogs are cooking up.
Oh, they looking good.
Amazing. All right, first round of dogs is done. We got cheese dogs with ketchup. Super complicated, super sophisticated, I know, but it's gonna be delicious. So let's eat. All right, guys, it's about 11:30 now, and we're gonna finally go head out and get some footage. It's been raining the entire evening, so this is our chance to go out and, well, shoot the buildings in the evening time because we're only gonna get one shot at that before it gets light out tomorrow. I'm with TP Urbex. He's officially showing his face. So
Big moment right now.
everybody say hello. He literally is dropping his video with his face in it for the first time tomorrow, right? Tomorrow at 2. So you guys will, well, the video will have been out by the time you guys see this, but you should check him out anyway. I'll link him in the description. And before I was able to leave my cell, I know you can see two sleeping bags here. Before I was able to leave my cell, well, TP came to the door, and you want to tell him what happened at the door?
So I had to move into Luke's cell here for the night. I couldn't be staying down the little cell block alone. It's creepy in here. We've been hearing stories about how haunted this place is, that someone comes into cells at 3 a.m. I don't know. I had to move in here just for the night, make it a little less scary, but it's definitely still going to be terrifying.
Well, we're going to go out. We're going to have a great time, and before it gets to 3 a.m., I guess we'll have a good time, and then we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
I really don't know what's going to happen, but we're full. Finally had dinner. We had some hot dogs, And this is just raw footage at this point. We're just going to go out and have some fun. So let's explore.
Let's explore.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to head out of the cell blocks. And we're going to go head down and start exploring. Our cars are down there. You can kind of see them. TP's is just sitting there on the road, and I put mine under a little pavilion. But I'll show you guys. I'll swing the camera back around. This is the cell block at night. This is crazy. It goes all the way down here. And this complex is absolutely massive. We're not going to show a whole lot tonight because I want it to be really lit up during the day. But we're going to go to a couple buildings and try to go find some tunnels just to see something, but it's pouring out. So this footage is really raw, but we're gonna go have some fun.
Let's explore.
Let's explore.
Oh, that's creepy as hell.
So one of the buildings we're gonna go to is a mausoleum. It's very old, and they used it as a morgue. And it's right over here. Building 7, I'm pretty sure. Lit up on our left. We're gonna go to the gymnasium as well. Maybe 1 or 2 other buildings in the tunnels, like I said. Freezing.
So cool. I'm trying to see if we can. What kind of stay is that?
I don't know.
Trying to see if we can go to the gym from this building.
That is one creepy tunnel.
Oh man, look at this.
Police training? No?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It still has they were using like BB guns.
This used to be a lab. It's honestly still in pretty good shape. The tiling is pretty nice. Nothing?
Scary.
What'd you find?
Nothing.
Could have been a morgue. Could have been a lab. Could have been an operating room. They would have probably renovated it. Nope. You want to know what it is?
It's the plumbing
The
shop.
plumbing shop.
And when they fired Mr. Refner, they just crossed his name out and hired Mr. Coppersmith.
Dude, we are problem solving right now. We're figuring things out.
Okay, they got the staff toilet in here, right? Tell me why they have a smoking area in the bathroom.
I mean, it makes sense because you would want to smoke in the bathroom, right? I guess.
I feel like
so
that's not right.
So they're telling you this is the okay area.
But shouldn't that
to
be
smoke.
outside?
I guess.
Cause like this,
But I guess you can smoke in the building if you're a staff member.
only on the toilet.
Only on the toilet.
Only on the
I've never seen that before.
That's
I've never seen that before.
We can't forget, down this way is the way we can go into the gym.
Through here?
It was down,
Down that way.
But
Okay,
we'll
cool.
to
Yeah, let's go
this
this way first.
You think these are the tunnels?
Let's see. I
They said
mean,
they flood.
it's definitely a tunnel.
Yeah.
Is it the tunnel is the question.
Oh, not
No, that's not the tunnel.
Dude, they had so many dead bodies that they had to step them down this hallway. They were just throwing it in here like sardines. I did see a body freezer one time that they used that type of plywood.
Really?
Bro, yeah, they got so much trouble because of it. They didn't use an actual cooler.
Dude, I think this building is lame.
I told you, they used it for maintenance.
Yeah, this thing sucks. Let's go to the next one, I think, then.
Gymnasium.
Yeah, let's just go to the gym.
Look how much barbed wire.
That's insane. That's crazy.
We're just locked in here.
We are locked in. We cannot leave.
Right there.
We are not allowed to leave. Honestly, I don't think we should go to sleep.
I don't think so either. That's what I've been saying.
Maybe for like an hour.
How could we go to sleep when the 3 a.m. is going to be?
Exactly. Alright guys, so check this out. we found the gymnasium. We kind of just stumbled into it, not gonna lie. Look at this. Unfortunately, there's no backboards or hoops, so we won't be balling.
We're balling in the outside court. So.
Yeah, won't be balling in here, but we'll be balling outside. But it's in really nice shape otherwise. Honestly, kind of a shame, because this would have been really fun to play in here. I'm excited to see this during the day, because there's like these murals or tapestries on the wall, and I'd really like to see those lit up. There's none on this side. If I take a step back and turn, we found the weight room over here. And out of all the prisons I've been to, I don't think I've seen a weight room with stuff in it, equipment in it. This is cool. There's not a lot left. We're definitely going to come check this out again when it's light out.
It's creepy as hell in here.
Back into the gym. Dang, I really wish we could play ball in here tomorrow. All right, so we found the tunnel that leads to the chapel, and we're gonna go follow it. This is pretty gnarly looking, I'm not gonna lie. Holy God. Dude. This is crazy. It just slowly goes deeper and deeper underground.
Oh my gosh, it keeps going.
This is nuts. It just keeps going. Oh my God. Guys, look at this. Hold on. Dude. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. It's so long. This is crazy. Alright, so if we did this correctly, this should be the chapel. And it looks like, yeah, it is. Look at all these chairs. What?
Listen, bro, there's no rain.
What?
There's no rain.
What do you mean there's no rain?
Listen, just listen. Finally. Just wind. Oh, that's so creepy, dude.
Give it a good pull.
Waking up the block.
Wake up, everybody.
Dude,
It's time for
it's
mass.
time to explore.
It's time to explore and go to mass. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of the church now. We're going to come back here in the day so we can see these stained glass windows and the curtains brighten up in here because we really can't see very much in here right now or any of the detail. But we are having a crazy night at Crescent so far, a crazy experience. TP, what do you think?
It's just begun.
It's just begun. Let's
explore. These tunnels are so long.
Is this the right way?
Who knows?
Honestly, the only thing telling me we're going in the right direction.
Both arrows are facing each other.
It means that this way would be the right way, but it's red, and there's a red X, meaning that it can't be the right way, but this is supposed to be the right way with the blue arrow, but that's counteracting the blue arrow, meaning that the red arrow must overpower the blue and the red combination, meaning that we have to go deeper into the tunnel.
Sounds good.
Yo, watch your fucking head.
I'm not that tall.
Yo, watch your head.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
So we've reached the end of our journey, I think, unless we muster up some weird courage, because neither of us want to go through at least 3 or 4 inches of water. At least
3 or 4 inches of still water.
Yeah, gross still water that's dripping from a still
Look
ceiling.
at the ceiling.
All right, guys, here's your 2:30 a.m. update. We got the gasoline for the generator. TP's carrying it over here.
Found it.
We're heading back, and we're gonna go cook some more food. Probably start a fire outside and cook some burgers and maybe the steak for myself this time around. And then get to bed or just hang out, honestly, maybe for a few hours. Sunrise, we'll get some clips, go climb something, and then probably get some shut-eye after that. Then we're gonna get up, and it's gonna be full force for filming. So I hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, drop a like, and let's keep going. As we say,
Let's explore.
let's explore. Yeah, you were like, where'd the fog go?
Yeah.
The fog is back. Gale force brute strength.
At least it's not gonna be super quiet in that jail anymore with the generator going.
Exactly.
That's the dark cell box.
Yeah. We went in this one earlier, and Jay's cell was completely empty.
You see the buzzer?
No.
Look, this is what I was talking about.
The buzzer?
Yeah.
Bzzz.
I'm here. CO584.
We're checking ourselves in.
That's our car? I thought that was. Wait. Oh, it's right there.
It's the police. They changed their mind. We're not allowed to be here.
Could you imagine?
Home for the night. Alright guys, so here on Luke Explorers, we're taught to be resourceful. So, we're going to be resourceful. Let's build this fire really quickly. So what's going to happen is, we're going to take this cardboard, we're going to put it on our makeshift little fire pit here, take our fire starter, go like this. We're actually going to boost this up like this to get a little lift. And then literally what we're going to do is we're going to go like this, we're going to go like this, and we're gonna go like this. Alright. Come over and show them this cross section real quick. So
Look at that cross section,
what's
guys.
gonna happen, and this is the most important step, guys. This is where everything comes to life. Are you ready?
They're not ready.
Are you ready? Hopefully this lighter actually works. We're lighting inside. We're probably gonna have to move quick. Once it goes, it's gonna go. The lighter's not really doing justice to this.
I told you we should have got that long leg.
It worked earlier. So as the chemicals are reacting and fire is becoming fire, what's going to happen is the chain reaction is going to allow us to make a fire. So I'm gonna
Let's go.
speed up this process, and now we're gonna really speed up this process. Okay, get a little out here. So, very carefully, we're gonna surgically place this and hope that that does the job.
Oh yeah, now that fire starter's on there. See, that's an essential right there. You gotta make sure that fire starter is on the fire. The wind, it'll only help.
There we go. So after a little bit of difficulty and a lot of love
And passion.
we're gonna finally get this puppy going. We'll add a little bit.
Look at
as
this
we go,
scene right
so
now
on and
too.
so forth.
So foggy.
But
And we're only running like a 2-wood fire right now.
and so what's gonna happen is once this procures a little bit, we're going to shift the logs once they have caught fire, and we are going to basically make it so we can put our pan on there, and then we're gonna cook some good fucking food. Alright guys, so we're ready for burgers now. We've cleaned this to the best of our ability, so we're gonna go ahead and use it. I mean, we're basically cooking the same thing that we were cooking before, so it is what it is. The fire starter is mostly gone, so it should be safe to cook. This isn't really a health or an inspection channel of any sorts, but it's we don't even know what this is anymore. We're kind of surviving. So we're gonna go ahead and put these burgers in. We are really, really excited for these burgers. So should I just plop it, dude?
We forgot salt and pepper.
I know.
That's a shame.
I
Yeah,
know.
just plop that thing
And
on
for
there.
the eggs, that's gonna be the worst.
This is the natural way to cook burgers right here. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No butter?
You can put butter in, but it's not stick. Remember?
Oh, true.
Oh god.
Dude, these clips are gonna be funny as hell.
I know. And then number 2.
Whoa, we better pick that up, buddy.
I know. We need something
Sorry.
to.
To what?
Guys, so it's also 3 a.m. So if we want to go back to what Ryan said, some creepy stuff is kind of supposed to happen now. So stay tuned. Alright guys, we're gonna flip the burgers first time here. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Flames need to get hotter again. Alright guys, so we started this burger cooking process at it was 2:45 a.m. and it's currently 3:58 and we are just getting the fire to light. Basically, TP and I had the brilliant idea, he's over here, we had the brilliant idea of trying to make burgers in the rain. So they cooked about 75% of the way through. And then the fire went out. And then we exhausted almost all of our resources to try to get it going just for the rain to drench it. Sure. And now the burgers are sitting in the cell in a cold pan filled with fresh water, not even fully cooked. So we're trying to get this up and running and just
want a
make
burger
most of
before
it.
we go sleep for an hour.
We're hungry and we just want something. So let's hopefully make a fire, not even eat, please.
This guy. On the fucking.
And it's heated too. I heated the fucking wooden board.
You're insane.
Oh my god. I'll take the one that's destroyed on the inside.
Dude, take the better one.
No.
Take the better
That
one.
one's for you. And this one is for me.
Is the fire still going?
Mm-hmm. Should we go down there?
Huh?
How's it cooked? Mm-hmm.
It looks fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This bed sucks. Like my head is pounding already, and then I'm trying to lay, and I put a pair of shorts as my pillow. And I'm soaking wet. And this is all I got. Dude, I feel like a little mummy.
You look like one.
I'm struggling.
Eat your burger.
I'm gonna. I'm excited.
Dude.
Is it banging or what? He goes, I heated the plate too. This shit looking good, fam.
Let's give it a taste test.
Tastes like a moldy bowl. Nah, it's fire though.
That's so good. It tastes like.
We're 3 hours or what?
Yep. Very much so.
Are you gonna come lay down for a bit?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright guys, so we actually switched cells. We moved into this cell block because it was closer to where we were cooking our food. Just to sleep. We kept all of our stuff in the other one. And TP's getting some rest. He's slowly munching away at his burger. I've got my bunk up here, ready to go. And we're charging up. And we'll be ready to go in literally about an hour to an hour and a half. You ready?
Let's explore this bed.
Let's explore.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is going in the video.
Alright guys, it's currently 5:55 a.m. and we've been resting for about 30-40 minutes, and yes, resting, not sleeping. We haven't slept at all. And I'm going to turn on my light really quick and show you our cell, which we're staying in. We've got all the amenities here, including a sink and a toilet in the corner, which I'm just not going to show you. And you would thank me if you saw the earlier part of this video and probably later parts of it. And then we also have TP.
What's up? What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, hello. Good morning.
Alright, well, it's...
I'm sorry. No. Good morning.
Alright, it's currently 5:58 a.m. and we have been chilling in this cell block, and yes, I say chilling, we've not been sleeping at all. We're gonna hang out here for another little bit, and it's starting to get bright out, so we might go take a few low light photos and video and then go back to sleep for a little bit and then just wait until it gets totally bright. Good morning guys, it's currently 10:30 a.m. We slept in a little bit later than we wanted to, but it's extremely foggy outside, so our visibility really isn't any better. And I'm kind of glad that we decided to get some rest, because we would have stayed up for almost no reason. There was really no shots to get. So it's really foggy outside. It's kind of hard to see any depth. You can't really see more than 20 or 30 feet in front of you. But that kind of creates for an eerie atmosphere, so I'm excited to show you guys. We went around last night and we showed a few of the buildings, but we're going to go around and show some of them in more detail now. There's really only 5 or 6 buildings that are really worth showing on this property, even though there's almost 50 buildings. So without further ado, we're going to get out. We're going to go take another look at the cell block, even though we've been in it quite a bit throughout the last 12 hours. And then we're going to go on and move on to the next building. So let's explore. All right, guys, we're going to take one last look at our cell for the night. And we're going to move on into the main area over here, the main congregating area. I don't know if this is a full-on cafeteria or just tables in the middle of the cell block, but we're going to go over and we're going to take a look in one or two of the rooms, or cells, I should say. Once you've seen a cell, you've seen all the cells, and that goes for a lot of prisons. There's no real artwork or inmate art in here, so we're going to have to just live with plain empty cells. But we're going to jump into 40 really quick, because 40 is a good number and it's an even number, and we're just going to see this is what the cell looks like if we were to not set anything up in it. Still have your quote-unquote refrigerator, your cabinets, and then you have your bunk, and then you have your window with the ultra depressing bars all over it.
And just like that, we're back at home base, or at least our second home base. So I'm gonna go pack up the rest of my bag here, and we're gonna get on out of this portion of the cell block. All right, so this perspective is a little bit different. We're down on the main floor. That was our cell for the night. And if I pan over here and show you guys all of these cafeteria tables, again, I don't think this is an actual cafeteria, but these are tables nonetheless. And obviously they're blue, but that's really the only thing about them that actually sticks out. If there were to be tables of the episode, this would have been a strong contender. It's also kind of cool to note that underneath most of these tables is this green moss, which we could not see last night at all. We thought there was no moss left, and we've seen pictures of it and was really hoping it was going to be here. And I think that's just going to bring these pictures and videos to life a little bit more. It really gives it more of the abandoned look, considering all the cells are just kind of set up exactly the same. I mean, I don't want to say it's ready to go and they could get this place up and running again, but I mean, it's not in the worst condition, at least this building. So just to hammer home the point for the final time about these cells being identical, we're going to walk into number 7 here on the bottom, and you can see it is exactly the same. From the mirror on the wall to the fake refrigerators, as we called them, to the windows. Freedom 0, entertainment 0. I would not have wanted to live in a place like this.
Guys, I probably should have said something earlier, but I wanted to say it now before I forgot. This is the nicest cell block by far on this whole prison complex. So I wanted to spend extra time in here because the other ones almost aren't even worth going into to take a look. I might peek into one just so you guys can see, and I'll show you that it's trash, but all the other ones have graffiti drawn all over it, or they're being used for storage, or they're just gross in general. So I wanted to really highlight this one because there's no other building on this property that looks like this. And like I said, and as obvious as it sounds, you do not want to go to a prison and explore it and not even get to see the cells of the cell block, especially the nicest part. So I really wanted to make sure that you guys got to see this in full detail now. Obviously, we spent a lot of time in this building last night as well, but this is the first time where we're really able to see everything that we're looking at in great detail. So I'm gonna go swap over to the other side here and show you guys the same exact setup really quick, and then we're gonna go on to the next building and really get this explorer going. Let's go, let's explore Crescent. I'm excited. Let's go find TP. Let's do it.
All right, so we're all set in here. We're gonna go ahead and jump over to the other cell block, which is also in this building, literally just on the other side. We originally set up in here, but like I said last night, we ended up moving. So I just wanna pop in here and show you guys this side because this cell block building is the nicest cell block building on this property. There's 3 or 4 other ones, but none of them look anything like this. So we're gonna go move on to A block, and we can really see how much this opens up now. It's a little bit more trashed in here, so I'm glad that we decided to wake up in the other one. But the blue and the pink on the walls is just totally bringing this entire place to life. It's gorgeous in here. I was wondering if maybe they had other tables here in the middle because it's kind of offset here. This is kind of funky, but I'm really seeing all the moss now under the table, and we really could not see anything last night. So I'm just super happy that we waited until the daytime to really start filming in here. I absolutely love the way this is looking in the daylight. Check out this old newspaper sitting here on the table, the only newspaper that's here, from July 2012. State voters ID law to be scoured. NCAA sanctioned stun PSU. Just as I said there's only one newspaper, I actually found a second. This one just looks absolutely disgusting, so I think we're gonna stay away from that. All right, I'm gonna prove it to you guys one more time. We're gonna step into 8 and 9 because you guys clearly don't believe me. And besides this chair, which very fashionable chair, but not the chair of the episode, it is the exact same cell. So I think you can see why I said I'm gonna skip the other buildings in general and also like 95% of the cells in here because it is literally just the same thing over and over. Alright guys, so I took so long in this one building that we were in the entire night that TP came back to look for me. And even he takes a while in all the buildings. So hopefully I got all the footage that I need in here. Again, once you've seen one cell, you've seen them all. So for these main cell blocks, I'm going to pop into maybe one more just to show real quick. But this is kind of what you're going to get for the most part. There are a couple buildings which have older decayed cell blocks like the medical building. And I'm really excited to show you that because there's a lot of hidden gems in there. So let's get out of here. We're going to take one last look right there. This is home base, just the other side. And if I flip the camera around, what do we have going on here?
I go to the medical facility.
Should I go to the medical facility?
Let's go.
Why should I go there?
It's sick.
Give me one reason why I should go there.
I'll give you 4.
Give me 4.
X-ray machine.
Okay.
Cell blocks.
Okay.
Okay, that's 2. I'm gonna stick it at 2.
Okay. That's good enough. Very quickly, guys, I'm gonna jump in to this room right here, which was the control room for this cell block. It's disgusting in here, which is why I haven't really shown anything. We can see where an old control panel used to be right here. And it just has all of your classic switches here. You can't even read what it says on there. It's all faded out. But this is honestly kind of pretty neat right here. This electrical lock and release. This was for the cell block on the left side, obviously. And this one was for the one on the right, where we ended up sleeping right through there. But I've seen these kind of controls before on prisons, jails, and I always try to look for them, and this one kind of just popped up out of nowhere. But the lever does not move, completely stuck. But could you imagine just one flick of this thing and all the cells would just open and shut? You probably just hear massive slamming noises. It's crazy to think about. All right, guys, so we are standing outside cell block D. It's a little after lunchtime, and the owners, they scared the shit out of us. We were filming inside the cell block, and they came in. They want to make sure we're doing all right and that we didn't die throughout the night. I'm going to link their website down in the description. They give private tours. They give public tours. They do ghost hunting here. They have haunted houses. And in terms of the haunted houses, Ryan has something to tell you about that.
We're going for year 2 here to get the largest haunted house in the world from Guinness Book of World Records. So we're already in the process of that, and we're about a quarter of a mile off of it right now, which we're almost 3/4 of a mile, close to a mile this year. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's a large haunted house this year.
That's awesome. These guys are great. They've been super, super nice to us. They've made sure we've had everything that we need. Definitely check them out, and definitely come here if you get the chance. It's totally worth it. Let's explore. So just like last night, we're going to exit cell block D, and we are going to go head deeper into the prison. Going to try to do a little bit more of a structured shoot today for the day portion of this video instead of just walking around. Like I said, there's only a few buildings which are really worth seeing: the medical building, the gym, and a few others. But we're going to check them all out. And there's like 50 buildings on this property. It's massive. and shooting conditions are weird this morning. This fog is creating this layer of, well, I guess you could say like warm steam in the air almost. And it's fogging up the lenses, and it's also really hard to set my shutter because the light is just changing technically every 3 seconds. So we're gonna try our best, but we're gonna go hop into the medical building because TP keeps telling me that I have to go in there, and we're gonna go see what's left. I've seen pictures of what's in here, but last night when we came through, we found a few things that excited us, and apparently there's a few more in there, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good stuff.
Let's go check it out. Guys, when I was in that last cell block, this walkie went off like 5 times and I had to restart my shot. I thought it was TP just trying to message me until we were walking, and the talkie just started talking.
And my walkie's in this building.
So I'm really confused as to who I was talking to, because it was not TP urbex.
Still doing it?
Yes, it's still going off slightly every couple seconds. Look at this, I didn't even pan over here yet. This is incredible.
That's mad creepy.
Yeah. Is this a phone booth?
I thought so, but nah, there's no way they'd have a phone booth here.
I thought at first this may have been a phone booth. Maybe a little security checkpoint potentially. But every single one of these on the property, and there's dozens of these, is completely blown out. But we're gonna go ahead and step into the medical building. But we're gonna go ahead and, all right, let's go ahead and step into the medical building. All right, let's go ahead and step into the medical building and see all of the goodies that we have been promised. Okay, we finally made it into the medical building. And yeah, at first glance, it does look like another cell block, but I'm pretty sure this was just used kind of as a holding tank for the inmates that were waiting to be seen. So we're in this area now, and this looks like it's probably a bit of a main intake for the medical bay. This is actually a control panel behind this main desk here, and it's in actually somewhat decent shape. I'm not even gonna spend any time going back here, just bathrooms and back offices. So I'm gonna jump over here and we're gonna go into this section, which I think is gonna look somewhat identical to what we came into. Yeah, look at this, dude.
Sick.
This room is so cool. The colors are slightly different in here. It's more of a light teal than that bluish and the pink. I'm gonna peek in here and see if there's anything worth noting. These cells are actually a little different. They didn't have these tables in the block that we slept in. So this is pretty different. But everything else, down to the mirror, is exactly the same. Which is why I said it's not worth showing the same rooms over and over and over and over. Break the chains of silence, and here's your abuse hotline. Alright guys, before we go check out the medical bay, I just wanted to show you this one cell, which it says hell on it, and Ryan told us that this cell right here actually was the home to a serial killer. This was a no-touch cell, so basically when the door was on here, the mechanics allowed it so you could not reach out and touch anything. There was nothing that the prisoner could do. And said serial killer would just live in here for the rest of his life. And apparently he perished in here as well. All right, so after a little bit of searching, we finally found the medical bay. And we're gonna start heading down this hallway and see what we can see in here. It looks like there's a chair of some sorts in this room. That looks like a dental chair. That's really cool. It's really decayed, but at least the headrest is still there. And look at all these cabinets in the woodwork. Honestly, I didn't even see it when I first walked in here. This is beautiful. Some more equipment in here, maybe just a back office. Nothing too impressive. Followed up by, well, a sink or a little lab room. Let's go right first. Right is giving me a good feeling. Huh. Wow, look at the difference. Look at the decay in here versus in here. It's like it's a completely different building. Well, in room 1001, it looks like we have our first exam chair. We saw a dental chair, and now we see an exam chair. And I really don't know which one is more worthy of being the chair of the episode. Huh. Well, we have a couple of hospital beds, it looks like. One in here. And one in here. All right, I'm all set on this wing. Doesn't look like there's much down here besides those two tables. So let's go back to the other side and see if there's anything over here. So we've pretty much cleared that side. Let's go ahead down here and see if there's anything else worth seeing on this floor. X-ray? Oh, shit. Look at that. I was not expecting to see this. It's really old and it's really not in great shape, but I was not expecting to see an X-ray table. I've never even seen a picture of this before here. And I would have said this is an IV drip, but that's definitely not what this is. This is so cool. Again, I was not expecting to see this at all. Let's see if there's a little control board behind here. Yeah, to control the x-rays. Oh, this is an awesome shape. Look at these dials. Major KVP, minor KVP. I don't know what KVP means. Dude, can you perform a line check, please, for me, please?
Get on the table.
All right. Do I have to lay down all the way?
Did you want a line check?
Okay. All right. Commencing.
Oh, yep.
Oh, shit.
Radiation in his body.
Oh, shit.
No.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Turn it off. Move it away. All right, guys. So we're up on the second level now of the medical bay. Check out this medical box. And let's see if there's anything left inside of it. I doubt it. I heavily doubt it. Nothing. So let's go start poking into these rooms and seeing if there is not nothing. This is honestly a kind of a cool room for no reason at all. Guys. Guys. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. So in every single episode, we always choose a chair to be the chair of the episode. And TP here has never chosen a chair before. So I'm going to choose it because it's my video, but because he's the special guest on my video today, he's going to announce this being the chair of the episode. So without further ado, can you please tell me exactly why this chair is special and why this deserves to be the chair of the episode?
This chair deserves to be the chair of the episode because it is sitting in the middle of a prison block. The single lonely chair looking out the window. Do you hear the birds? Wow, what a scenic view. That's why it's the chair of the episode.
He got the chair. He found the chair. He named the chair. This is the chair. Let's explore.
All right, guys, let's go ahead into corridor 207. And this looks like classic prison cells. I'm pretty sure this was just holding for all of the inmates who needed medical attention. But it's much different than anything we've seen so far. These cells are a weird shade of pink. And for the most part, they're pretty empty. They have some pallets and a bed in each of them, but that's pretty much it. But if we just walk down this cell block more and just take a look at the decay, the silence, and what used to be here, you can really imagine how evil this place was and how full of life, evil life, it used to be. I wanted to pop into this room real quick to show you guys the police training poster, which is here on the wall. And we felt like this was important to talk about because if this girl is at risk of dying due to this man,
They better fire that officer that was shooting those
yeah,
guys.
like, I mean, look at this. Like, she doesn't have an eye. She doesn't have a forehead. She doesn't have hair. I mean, he's missing a couple pieces too, but I feel like she's in worse shape. What do you think?
Dunzo.
She is dunzo. So whoever trained this officer, I think you should be fired. This man right here, he deserved it. Not her. She didn't do anything wrong.
All right, guys, so we're all done in the medical building, and we're going to go ahead and go to the church now, which we're super excited to shoot during the daylight. Obviously, it's super foggy out, and it's kind of hard to really see anything in front of us more than like 20 or 30 feet away, but we're going to go give it a shot with that stained glass. I'm super happy about what we found inside of that medical wing. I was not expecting to find those exam chairs, nor was I expecting to find the x-ray machine. So this is going a lot better than expected, especially because I had high hopes for that building, but not that high of hopes. And you might be like, well, what would be in there? Well, it's a tour spot for the most part, this place. So you don't expect there to be everything left in here, but when you find little nuggets like that, it really makes this whole thing worth it. Guys, and also I want to point out, this going off right now, TP's in the car. He is not using this. We are the only two on this broadcast channel, the owners, Ryan especially. He told us a little while ago, because this is also the channel, we're on the right channel, that this is what they do. This is what the radios do. They just talk randomly. So this is perfect because I had to cut like 5 or 6 videos when it interrupted me at first. I thought it was TP. It's not. It's the ghost. So take that as you want, but it's kind of creepy nonetheless. So we're going to go ahead and go on to the next building.
All right, so TP's gonna go check out these buildings on the right. These are decayed buildings that we're gonna check out after we check out the church, which is right here. All right, let's jump in and start exploring this church. Look at the stained glass window here with the branches. That looks crazy. And the fog just steaming in through the doorway. But if we come around this way and actually walk into the church, we can really see how much more lit up it is than when it would have been during the daytime. And we can really see how much more lit up it is than it would have been during the nighttime when there'd be no natural light in here. And we wouldn't be able to see any of this stained glass at all. It's very foggy, so it looks like it's very highlighted, but we can still see it so much better. Of course, we have to check the piano to see if it works, because that's just what you do with abandoned pianos. It does. You can play a whole symphony here. Let's go behind the curtain, or the altar here, I guess you could say, and see if there's anything worth seeing in this direction. There's some nice decay, really nice decay, even throughout this bathroom. I don't like going in bathrooms a whole lot in abandoned places. But look at this. As we get closer to this door, check out the detailing on the cross. Actually, it's the whole door in general. That's really cool. And then, yeah, this is just going to lead back through to the church.
Weather to bring you the latest information. Warnings and safety information from the National Weather Service may someday save your life or
Mine's
protect your
literally not on
property.
the same channel.
This is the NOAA Weather Radio
And it's just
WXL
repeating
52
it.
in Clearfield.
What is
Serving
happening?
Clearfield, Elk, and Cameron counties. Broadcasts originate from the National Weather
Yo, I
Service
don't
and
like
state
that.
colleges are transmitted from the tower.
All right, the last thing we're going to do in this church is head up to that top level right there and go get the top-down view. Anything through here? Oh my, hole in the ground. All right, guys, so as I just previously mentioned, I wanted to come up here to get the view of the church from the balcony, and it does not disappoint at all. I do wish that maybe there was a skyline or something here in the middle to make up for the white empty ceiling, but we can't do anything about that. All right, so we've seen everything that there is to see in the church / the chapel. We're going to go ahead and head into cell block J right now. And we walked in here last night. It's completely trashed and empty in here. And if I remember correctly, there's no cafeteria tables either, which is kind of half the look. So we're only going to be in here for a second just to pop in and show you guys that it's completely empty. And yeah, TP is he's doing something. All right, let's jump into J block. And you guys are going to see very quickly why I said this morning when we got up that it's not really worth going in the other cell blocks. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still pretty cool, but they're stripped. There's really nothing inside of any of the cells, and it's obviously trashed. It smells awful in here. It's really moldy. There's no sunlight exposure in here basically at all, so that's just growing freely. But this arguably is bigger than the wing that we slept in this morning. Yeah, so I think that if this was in, somewhat decent shape, this probably would have been really nice to look at. And why does it look fresh? That's not like, I don't want to say that's blood, but that doesn't look anything like spray paint to me. That is blood red. Jumping out of this block, we're going to go into presumably what is A block, and you'll see again, it's absolutely massive, but there's really no detail to grab onto and talk to here. There's the showers that were there, but again, it's completely stripped. It's massive, absolutely massive, but there's graffiti everywhere, and again, it's really moldy and gross. So I'm glad that we slept where we did, because I don't see much of a point and spending.
We would have been dying in the mold.
Yeah, I wouldn't really want to spend much more time in here if
Let's
we were to be.
explore somewhere else. Be careful with your tire, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess I thought you could go around this way.
Okay guys, so the building that I'm currently standing in front of right here is the admin building. We did go in here last night and it's completely empty, which is a shame because the outside architecture of this is incredible. I'm not even a very architectural person like that. I don't really look at detail like that except if I'm really looking at abandoned buildings, but this is absolutely gorgeous, like to the point where I'm gonna go do research on it afterwards. But we're not gonna go in there. The door's wide open, but it's completely empty. You can't even get up to the roof anymore. So we're gonna skip over that. We just wanted to get a shot of it. But I wanted to show you guys just how beautiful this is because, I mean, you have to show the admin building when you go somewhere. And they usually have stuff left in it. But at least the outside is enough for us to get a video of it. So I just wanted you guys to see this.
Yeah, we're gonna come back here soon and play some courtyard basketball as soon as I'm done in that building. Actually, that's where I'm going next.
All right, so TP's already shot this building, so I'm gonna go hit it by myself now really quickly. We made a map when we came in yesterday and we named this Decayed Building. So I don't really remember what this looks like, to be 100% honest with you. We walked through here for like 5 seconds, but I do remember that we walked through here and said this one was video worthy. So let's go check out what's in Decayed Building /F. And in we go. All right, let's go check out what's in this building. I really don't remember at all. But it is living up to its name of Decayed Building, so I guess we weren't really wrong in calling it that. Offices. Because I don't know what's in here, I'm going to try to just kind of peek into each room just to make sure we're really not missing anything. But I have a feeling it's going to be pretty quick in here. Let's go down here first. Okay, that's right. So I think there are prison cells in here. Holding cells, potentially. I'm not sure what the purpose of them would have been in this building if it was different than just a normal cell block. So it definitely seems like a weird place to just store prisoners. But look at this. Guys, I'm starting to remember why we named this place the Decayed Building on our map. It's in pretty rough shape, but you can't tell me that this isn't really cool to see. It's a completely different feel from the cells that we've been exploring. And I'm going to assume that most of them are probably pretty similar. Yeah, they're pretty beat up and decayed. LOL. But I still think it's cool to pop into some of these. It smells really moldy and musty in here. And yeah. These almost seem like they could have been isolation cells, if anything. Wow. Yeah, look at that. All right, let's go ahead upstairs. I really don't remember what was in this building. I'm gonna assume that the top level is probably just more decayed. If there's that much water damage from the upper levels, I'm gonna assume this is probably pretty wrecked. Yeah. Definitely lives up to the name Decayed Building. I mean, right off the bat, we can't even walk in here, but this is insane. It almost looks like there was a fire in here. There may have been. This looks a little bit more like a cell though. Okay, this is good to see. Double beds, classic window. But look at the walls just peeling like this. It's incredible. This is an unreal feeling walking through these hallways. Let's check in here. A nice chair. We love chairs. And then a cell block. Wow. I just hit my head on some asbestos. Yeah, very similar, but this one has the ceiling coming down as well. Wow, look at the decay. This reminds me of Laurelton up here. All right, so I'm all done checking out the top floor and that first floor, and we're gonna go ahead to the basement really quick. This is quite an entrance with all the caution tape, but again, we are allowed to be down here, so we're technically not doing anything wrong. And I don't know if anything's going to be down here. I really, really don't. That looks like a tunnel access potentially, meaning that we probably just want to look in here. Huh. So there are cells in the basement then. Assuming we probably can't get in here. That one actually looks somewhat nicely set up. And then I'm going to assume probably, yeah, more cells. Wow. This is probably going to be same layout, exact same layout, but we'll go walk through here real quick. Yep. This room's kind of crazy. Hey, a chair. I love chairs. All right, so that's pretty much it for this building. It was honestly a little bit cooler than I thought. Empty for the most part, but if you can look into that many cells and see them somewhat intact, I mean, hey, who am I to complain? It was in better shape than that second cell block that I just took you guys into a little while ago. So I think I'm gonna go get out of here, and then I have to switch my SD cards. Not that you guys need to know this, but I've already shot like 4 hours literally of footage here, and you went through an entire SD card. So I've got to go pull the other one out now, and we're gonna keep going. I think we really only have 1 or 2 other buildings which we really want to see. I mean, there's a couple other things on here like the boiler house, which we want to find at the end when we leave, which are off the property, which we're allowed to go look at. But there really is only like 1 or 2 other buildings that are really worth seeing. So we're gonna go see the gym and then go from there. So I will catch you guys when I'm out of. So I will catch you guys when I am out of this disgusting basement, which I now am.
Double rim over there. It's such a bad rim, dude.
The bounce is crazy.
Okay. Sorry, I can't save it.
my god! You guys ready for this?
Bro just caught me doing 2 air balls.
Cash it. Cash.
I look, you haven't shot a basketball in probably like 3 years.
Cash. Cash. Wet, it's heavier now.
Dude, yeah.
This is like a bad blooper video. Like, this is really, we've made like a total of like 2 shots combined. No way. No help from the backboard at all, or from the rim at all. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm done.
All right, guys, so we just spent the last hour cleaning up all of our stuff and getting packed up. And we're gonna finally put the drone up for a little bit. We put the drone up in the cell blocks, so that's the only drone footage we have right now. It's obviously, well, the conditions kind of suck, to put it nicely, I guess. We won't really be getting aerials from high up perspectives, per se, looking down, but we're gonna see what we can get. Let's take a look.
So foggy, dude.
I know you can barely see it, but in the top right corner, guys, you can see how foggy it is. There you go. Yeah, you can see now. You literally can't see anything.
It's so bad.
You guys probably can't see it all, but I am following the drone with my finger. It's stationary, and that just shows you how little field of depth we really have here. We cannot see anything really past like kind of that white wall right there, that brick wall. Everything else is just fog. Okay, you can really see the fog well here, which is funny because we can't see anything in the fog. That right there is the old mausoleum from last night, and that's the cell block that we slept in. We went in here when we were running around in the tunnels, if you remember way back when, but that's completely empty. So if I just kind of pan around, show you guys, you can just see the visibility is literally zero. We cannot see anything here. And I'm gonna go head down in here to the old gymnasium and go check that out. Now you'll also remember I went in there last night as well, but I wanna go take a second look during the day as we did with a couple of the buildings, because I have a feeling we're gonna be able to see a little bit more and it's gonna look a little bit more expansive. So let's go check that out. Alright guys, so we're gonna step into the gymnasium here, and I'm not even gonna turn the night mode on here. I'm just gonna do my best to let the camera and the flashlight kind of bring some of this detail out, and probably a little bit of editing. I just don't want to use the night mode because that's what I used last night for filming, and I just want to avoid it as much as I can. Not much has changed overnight. There's still no backboards and no hoops here, but the rest of the building is honestly in surprisingly good shape. There's even like these murals or tapestries that I pointed out that I want to go take a look at. I mean, nothing really super special about them, but there's definitely, you know, a piece of detail in here that kind of stands out from the rest. Haven't really seen any other artwork like this anywhere throughout this entire prison. But if I just pan around again and just show you guys kind of how expansive this gym is, you can kind of get a better idea of how many people used to be in here at a time, which is probably honestly not many. They probably weren't very close to their maximum capacity limit. I'm gonna step into the weight room again because we only walked in here for a minute or two last night. And again, there's not a lot left in here. I literally had basically the same exact shot last night, but I just wanted to point out again how much different a place looks during the night versus the day, as obvious as that may sound. More murals, pretty much unbreakable windows, and then There would have been a few more machines over there, but as we figured out last night, there's nothing there. But yeah, this is the gym. This is probably one of the last parts we're really going to go check out. I think we're going to head into the boiler house next because we've been told that that's one of the coolest parts of this place and not many people go to check it out. So we're going to go check that out, maybe take a few more drone shots, but basically call it a day. I did just want to do one comparison video to show you what night mode would look like. And you can obviously see way more because there's way more light for this camera to grab onto on the outside. But you do lose some of the quality, as I talk about quite often. But if you wanted to see what it really looked like, all lit up, this is what the gym would have looked like. All right, guys, so we're all packed up and ready to go. But there's one more thing that we want to check out before we head out. And that is this massive, massive, massive pile of razor wire just sitting here for no reason at all. And TP just touched it for no reason at all. I mean, that. Imagine trying to climb over the fence. That's what you're getting stuck on.
This is crazy.
That is crazy. And look at that. Imagine running through that. All right, so Ryan told us that we have to go find our way into the boiler house, and we just found our way in. Apparently, this is one of the cooler buildings on the property. One of the coolest, I should say. So let's go make that determination for ourselves. Oh, wow. Oh, this is so sick. What else is in here? Little office. I love little industrial spots like this so much. They're so fun to explore. So much to see. So colorful. Look at that. Wow. All right, so we came back down and I just wanted to show you guys this side of the boiler house really quickly. This is so cool. Not only do we have all this on the one side, but we have this on the other. This control panel is crazy. Master recorder, gas chart, steam charts, gas charts, steam charts. Can we see straight up?
Yeah, we can take the drone off from the hole too.
Oh shit. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so this used to be green and then they turned it into shell. They made shell.
Oh shit.
And then they go up in here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Onto that make on.
Well guys, in the end, all good things must come to an end. This is going to be the end of the video, the official end of the video, not like the 4 or 5 intros I filmed before this, or the 10 times I said that we're going to not film any more buildings. This is the last video, so please watch and enjoy this. But in all seriousness, that was an experience to remember for a long time. Crescent has been a place that I've wanted to go to, whether or not I was exploring or as a tour, for a long time. And I am so glad that we got to explore it finally. So if you guys liked it, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.